I did the first lockdown in 2020 in a big, beautiful house in the countryside. And I'm doing this one in 2021 in a flat in Birmingham. The house was bigger and it had a garden and all of the wide open space in the countryside with walks and paths and groves and a canal and all the open green space. But does that mean that this lockdown in a flat in Birmingham is somehow worse? Well, not in my experience. And in this vlog I want to share with you how I'm making lockdown in a flat in Birmingham all a little bit better and a little bit fun. If you are here on my channel for the first time, welcome. My name is Katarina George. I'm a vlogger and a writer. And here I publish vlogs about lifestyle, about my Romanian heritage, and about traveling when traveling is possible. Right now I'm focusing on filming and showing the area where I live, the city where I live, because there's always something beautiful and unexpected to discover around, or sometimes just to rediscover. Now, I moved in this flat in January 2021, just after the most recent lockdown started, and the flat is beautiful and spacious for a flat, and it's got lots of natural light coming through a huge balcony. If you haven't watched my vlog about moving house, I can link it below. But it's still a flat, so there is less space, nothing is open around, although the building is located in the city center, other than the supermarket and the dry cleaners where I've just been today to take one of my jackets. But what is there to do when you are stuck in a space, in a flat, for most of the time either working or trying to keep yourself entertained? What is there to do? Let me take you with me a little bit around the lounge to the other side. I'm making this sound like we're going to cross the ocean, just 2 steps away. So I can show you one of the things that I do to make my just usual days a little bit more exciting. And while we are doing that, you will get to see the big doors and windows here in the lounge that just let so much light in and make working in here and doing what I'm going to show you a lot more pleasant. These are my flowers from last week, from my Valentine's alone, when I treated myself. I could never imagine that I could make such a day so much fun for myself and not feel lonely, but it happened. Now here at the kitchen table I do one of my favorite activities, my favorite hobbies that really relaxes me, and that is coloring. I find coloring so mindful because I play my music, be it electro, chill out, trip hop, a mixture of genres, because I really love electro and classical music mixed together, for example. And I sit here on the opposite side of this table where I work as well when I work from home, and just my music, the colors. I can show you my coloring set because I bought these at a very good price, considering that they are wax colors. And a lot of times these are very expensive. So they're really nice and bright, and I do love bright colors. I've got a little bit of a weakness for beautiful bright colors. And that is what I do, just to give myself a little bit of relaxation and just not think about anything else. Sitting down, choosing a picture that I want to fill in. And there is something so pleasing about seeing an empty white page with just some shapes and contours on it, gradually coming alive with a red dress or red hair or whatever it is. And I have got a few of these done recently, capture them for you so you can see the progress, because you might find it pleasing as well to see how just some empty shapes start to come alive. That is one of the things that really brighten up my days when there is nothing else much to do around, but there are other things to do around that I really enjoy and I am filling my life with right now, and we'll talk about those next. Speaking of very mindful activities that can make you feel better and brighten up your day and just increase your energy for the day, there is one more thing that I do very regularly, and you don't need a lot of space around to do this. And what I'm talking about is my workouts. I used to go to the gym very regularly for a few years, not really for the gym itself, because I get a little bit bored on the treadmill and just pushing and pumping and pulling weights and all of that. It's not really my thing. I can do it if I listen to podcasts, but that's pretty much it. And running, I'm not really a runner, so why I've been going to the gym pretty regularly was for classes, yoga, Pilates, and body balance that brings it all together, brings yoga, Pilates, and Tai Chi all together. And it's an amazing workout style. And because I've done it for a few years now, I can do it at home. I remember a lot of sequences. The last trainer whom I did such a class with in Telford when I used to live in Wolverhampton, she was really, really good in explaining what you need to tense, how you need to keep your core, what muscles need to be engaged, what muscles shouldn't be engaged, because that is one of the biggest mistakes that sometimes we do when we do yoga. And I did it at the beginning and kind of strained my lower back, but now I know how to do them. And one of my favorites is sun salutation. I love the sun warrior sequence as well. I think there is a little bit of all of that energy in my head that is linked to legends and philosophy and everything like that. I have strengthened my core a lot because all throughout since March 2020 I've kept at it, and I can feel it. I can feel the difference now. So yeah, working out at home, all I need is space where to lay down my yoga mat, which is I think needs to be changed now. I need a new one because it's a little bit in tatters right now, but ignore that if you're watching this vlog and you're watching my workout sequences, and maybe I can inspire you as well. By the way, I would love to know what workouts you do. Are you a runner? Because that is something that's become increasingly more popular since this whole pandemic thing was around. I think there were a few articles on the BBC and the Guardian recently about this. Also, share with me and the other people who are watching this what kind of workouts you do. Also, besides my just relaxing coloring, there are so many arts and crafts out there, and if you're doing anything like that, just share in comments below as well. My flatmate, for example, she's got a sewing project right now, and that is also something that I find fascinating, but I don't trust myself that much with shapes and things, so yeah. We are back where we started this vlog, which means on the other side of the lounge, not the ocean. because I wanted to have this cactus with me in frame. It's one of my 3 little pots of cacti around the flat, one of my favorite plants. And this brings me to the next thing that I love doing in a lockdown in a flat, which is gardening. You people out there who love gardening know that even if you live in a flat, you can have house plants, you can even grow herbs and even tomatoes and other plants, as long as other vegetables, as long as you know what they need, to pollinate and all of that side of things. So living in a smaller space like a flat compared to a countryside house doesn't mean that you cannot garden. And this is something that I want to do regularly, but also because we have got this huge balcony here that I've shown in my moving house vlog a few weeks ago. I will buy pots for the balcony. I will have some herbs to put in the kitchen window there. And my next step is to repot these cacti. I bought some beautiful pots from my favorite gardening center, Dobby's, but I haven't managed to repot them so far until today because the weather has been really, really, really cold, freezing, -4 degrees. I didn't feel like going on the balcony at -4. And I tried to repot my cacti, but this is something that I was waiting for a mild, beautiful, springtime feeling day like today to do. So you will see a lot more of this in my future vlogs about gardening in a flat. It is getting a little bit later in the afternoon, towards the evening, and we are starting to lose daylight. So before that happens, I want to talk to you about the next thing that has made my lockdown, even in a flat, a little bit more fun, which is cooking and baking. I do really enjoy cooking. I've got that bug from both my mom and my dad and my Nana as well, although Nana didn't really enjoy necessarily cooking daily, but she just did it and she treated me to all sorts of biscuits and, as I said in my last vlog, French crepes and improvising. My Nana was great at improvising, while my mom is really good at cooking by recipe and using her tricks and little secrets, which I've also inherited from her. But I love cooking by recipe as well. I love to try things first by recipe in a more controlled, organized way until I feel confident enough with that type of recipe, saying that again, to improvise on it later on. I've got a couple of books on making bread, and one of the breads that I baked most recently was granary bread. It's really easy to make. I also really love kneading because I love textures. So, just getting my hands in there, in the dough, and feeling it transform from, all a little bit sticky and clinging to your fingers to getting all together, and as you knead and knead and knead on it, then it becomes a lot more elastic, and then it's all of the magic of leaving the dough to rise, all of the science magic, because it's actually chemistry and chemical reactions, but as you look at it, it just feels like magic. Then of course proving, and again letting it rise, and then popping the bread into the oven, where abracadabra, it bakes and comes out like smelling amazingly and looking really, really great. Yeah, so my lifestyle, my eating lifestyle is as low carb as possible, but still I have a little bit of bread. And if I do have a little bit of bread, having homemade stuff, I feel is better, because you know what you have put inside it, and you know there aren't so many additives. Now this is it. This has been my very first vlog about lockdown in a flat, and I am planning to make another one because there are a couple of online or on the computer activities that I have always been into. I am a gamer geek girl, among other things, so I think that could be also quite fun for us to go through together on this channel. But if you enjoyed watching this vlog, remember to hit the like button, also to subscribe to the channel so you can see more of this type of content in the future. I'll take you out and about with me as well, because yes, I do go on walks around the city centre, and Birmingham has got a lot of really beautiful spots to see. And that will happen again in the future. Actually today, right now in the evening, I'm going out with a friend on a social distance walk. It is pretty warm and mild out there, even if it is rainy, so yeah, we're going to go and have a talk and soften up this lockdown a little bit more, because to be honest, I think many of us are starting to feel lockdown fatigue. This has never happened in the history of humanity, where people were just not allowed to be together, to touch, to see each other's faces other than in a rush or work related, or it is dragging around. But we can make it good together, and we can inspire each other, so we don't feel like really crushed under the weight of the pressure of everything happening right now. We can lift each other's spirits, and I hope I managed to do that with this vlog, and I will keep them coming for you. Also, let me know if there is anything that you'd like to see on this channel, and until next time then, ciao for now! Stay well, stay safe, and let's pull through this together.